to Halftime, motherfuckers. I am your host, Coach, and I have some shit to talk to you about today. And I'm gonna piss some of y'all off. Believe in me or be cast into the flames of perdition. Some truth gonna get told today that you don't hear very often. Here's the deal. Let's talk about your church. Let's talk about your religion. I do not care whether you are agnostic, atheist, Christian, Buddhist, Muslim, Zoroastrian, don't care. Jewish, whomever. Not important to me. Makes no never mind to the world of Coach. All Coach cares about is that you play the game. So, there are some things about your church that I want you to think about there. And if you want to, you can change out the word church and you can put in your political party, you can put in your race, you can put in your sexuality and gender identification, whatever, I don't care. Whatever your demographic ideology is, that's you. That has nothing to do with me. That has nothing to do with me. That has nothing to do with any other stranger. When you have church considerations, they apply to your church and to the choices you make in how you live your life on a day-to-day basis. They don't have anything to do with your interactions with me. Please don't come preaching to me about the end times. Don't come preaching to me about getting right with Buddha. Don't come preaching to me about whatever. I don't care. I do not care. I do not want to hear it. It has no bearing on me whatsoever. What you believe, you are free to believe. Welcome to America. You are free to believe whatever you believe. And I got no objection to any of it. I got no issue with any of it, as long as you don't think that it's okay for you to stone people that disagree with you or whatever. As long as your beliefs affect you and your interactions without infringing upon me and mine, more power to you. When you start coming to and at me about your beliefs and your issues, that's where we have a problem. That's where my get the fuck out of my face comes in. That's where my mind your own fucking business kicks in. Hey, you don't like abortions? Don't have one. You don't like gay marriage? Don't marry somebody of your own gender. You don't like immigrants? Don't immigrate. It's really pretty simple. Now, where those things have an actual effect upon you, you are free to and should in fact be encouraged to assert your own dominance over your space, over your immediate area. Whoever you are, whatever you believe, and whatever you're selling, don't knock on my fucking door. If you do, don't be surprised when you are greeted by a Taurus 669 .357 Magnum revolver. My door is always secured. So anyway, we were talking about my business and your business. Let's start talking about respecting people's personal space in regard to religion and politics and personal opinions and stuff of that nature. Look, if somebody asks for your opinion, sure, give it. That's asking for a conversation. That's human interaction. That's good. That's positive. That is how you get to know people. That's human. What's not okay is when instead of asking to initiate a conversation, you are forcing a monologue upon other people. Yes, I do get the irony that I am on YouTube monologuing at you. But, hey, I didn't strap your face to the screen, load up all my videos and make you chain watch them in a marathon. I didn't do that. Not gonna do that unless I can somehow figure out how. So, let's just not, people. I don't want to hear about your religion. As a general rule, I don't want to hear about it. If I did want to hear about it, I would say, so, where you go to church? Anybody ever heard me say that other than this video? Probably fucking not, because I don't care. I don't care. I can't imagine caring. Caring is the furthest thing from my mind when it comes to you and your church. And in general, people, that's kind of the way humans are. We don't give a shit about your church, your political party, your hobby, your racial affiliation, your gender identity, your sexual orientation. None of these things, unless they affect us directly, matter to us. And they shouldn't. And if you think that they do, if you think that someone else's gender identity or sexual orientation affects you, why? Why would that matter? How does that affect you? I said something to this effect on Twitter not too long ago and got a couple of giggles, but no real responses to it. What does it matter what happens in my fuck dungeon if you're not in it with me? Fucking stupid. You don't matter to me. I don't matter to you. I shouldn't anyway. And if I do, then you need to reassess your role in your life. If other people's mere existence, if other people's opinions and choices affect you that deeply, then you've placed more of a significance on those people than is appropriate or natural. If Jim is fucking Bill, hey, you might not agree. You might not think that Jim and Bill should be fucking. But what business is it of yours? If they don't finish up and then wipe their dicks off on you or your pants or your sleeve, then how has it affected you? If Jill is all down with some suspension bondage and some fucking feather play and maybe even a little bit of blood play, if it's not your feathers and it's not your blood, then why does that matter? How do you even know about that? And if you know about that, why do you know about that? And if there's a reason for you to know about that, how does it fucking affect you? Why? Mind your own, dude. Get out of other people's business. Get out of other people's concerns. And get them and their concerns out of yours. If they matter that much to you, then they're family. If they're not family, and if they're not the person that you're engaging in those activities with, then what's the fucking problem? I'm not I am anti-political parties, but I'm not anti-church. I'm not anti-religion. I'm not anti-belief. I think that those things can provide rules and structure of morality that some people just don't have inborn. So if you are religious because you need religion, then more power to you. If you are religious because you want religion, more power to you too. I'm not here to pee in anybody's cornflakes. What I do have a problem with is evangelists and missionaries. Stay the fuck off my porch. If I want your cookies and Kool-Aid, I will come and ask for your cookies and Kool-Aid. I do not want your unsolicited cookies and Kool-Aid. And I don't think most people, apart from myself, do either. You know how when you approach people, sometimes it's uncomfortable. Sometimes you get a little stage fright. Sometimes you feel like you are infringing upon their space and their freedom. You know why you feel that way? Because you're infringing upon their rights, their freedom, and their space. Back the fuck up. Don't be that guy. Don't be that person. And look, I'm not even mad at the J-dubs with the card table and the folding chairs sitting by the stop sign. As long as they stay their ass in the folding chair at their card table. If they get up and come to my car, they're going to get a very, very rude greeting. Because if I wanted your cookies and Kool-Aid, I would have come to you. You don't have to come to me and offer me cookies and Kool-Aids. I'm a fat motherfucker. I can come up with my own cookies and Kool-Aid. I don't need you to offer me yours. I'm also diabetic. So if you would please, just kindly fuck all the way off. All the way off back to your card table with your folding chair. Get out of my goddamn business. And look, I'm going to clear something else up for some of you xenophobic motherfuckers out there that think you know things you don't know. Right off the rip, there is not a church of baby raping. There is not a church that advocates the raping of children. Not a one. Now, there are some cultural proclivities out there that maybe reinterpret the appropriate age range of sexual partners. Hell, some of the 50 states are pretty fucking crazy about that stuff. But there is absolutely not a church that advocates for raping babies. There is not a church out there, no matter what you think or believe, no matter what anybody has ever told you, there is not a church out there practicing in the world today that advocates for human sacrifice. Not a one, not anywhere. There is not a church out there anywhere that advocates the taking of human life. None. Now, if you look back in the old texts of all of the, particularly of the Abrahamic religions, but whatever. Yeah, I said Abrahamic, whatever. I'm not dumb. So, if you look back through the old texts, you'll find all over the place references to taking human life and in recompense for sins against that God. That's why all these churches have been reformed, folks. It is not the place of a church to demand that a human life be taken. And there are none that I know of that do so. So, if you're crazy at Muslims for being terrorists, yeah, you're an undereducated xenophobe. If you are mad at Christians for oppressing the freedoms of your people, sorry, bro, you're an undereducated moron. And xenophobia is not good for anybody anywhere. Look, if you're a racist, just say, I'm a racist. Just put on your pillowcases and your bed sheets, or shave your head, or whatever it is that this week's generation of racists do. I don't even fucking keep up anymore. But if you're a racist, be a racist, but don't blame that on God or Allah or Godzilla or the flying spaghetti monster or Satan or Bob Dobbs or whatever, man. Your choices are not made for you. No invisible friend in the sky made your choices for you. Whatever you do is on you. It's not on me. It's not on Jesus. It's not on Allah. It's not on Satan. None of that. So stop claiming it. The only thing you are asserting when you say that is that you are suffering from grandiose delusions, which is a DSM-4 psychiatric affliction. That is a diagnosis. It is a diagnosis for which you can be treated and medicated, and you should be. If you think that God, Allah, Yahweh, Satan, whatever, if you think that any of these invisible friends in the sky or under the ground are talking to you and you are hearing them and you are receiving instructions from them, seek the assistance of a medical professional immediately, because you are fucking sick. You need treatment. You need medicine, and more importantly, you need to be kept the fuck away from the rest of us sane people. If you think that God, Satan, Allah, Yahweh, or whomever is talking to the guy next door or someone else, seek the assistance of a medical professional immediately. If you think that some dudes blew up the Twin Towers in New York because of Allah, you're an undereducated xenophobe, because Muslims hate those guys. Hey, Christians, just like you're not a real big fan of the Westboro Baptist Church people that picket and protest against the funerals of our fallen American soldiers when their bodies are returned home, if you don't identify with Westboro Baptist Church, then you completely fucking understand how 99% of the world's Muslims feel about the guys that blew up the World Trade Center. Get off their dicks. Now, am I excusing everything about Sharia law? Am I excusing everything about the satanic panic? Am I excusing everything about the Westboro Baptist Church? Am I excusing all of these wingnut extremists? No, I'm not